Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome in. G-Stack's the first one in like a legend yard. Ooh. Woo! Man, I'm gonna be honest, it makes me so happy that I forgot that I found a second Surrune and I actually have a second Surrune. I forgot about that. Crazy. Grinding in my cubicle waiting for y'all. Nice. Nice. Hopefully you guys are having a great day besides being at work and whatnot. Get a little, I was gonna put in a little poll here. Seeing where everybody's at here. So when I ask you what do you think of the Warlock? The options are gonna be too powerful, just right, or too weak. What does everybody think here? Just throwing it down there, just a kind of a funsy poll to put in there. Okay, I changed some stream settings here, so I'm just double checking some stuff for the YouTube stream anyways. I reinstituted the 1440p streaming. Wait, why did this unsend here? Give me one quick second. Something unlinked for me for some reason. Not sure why. Still struggling. 7 ways to Tuesday. Real quick. I don't know why this happened, but hopefully the stream's looking great. Yeah, just go. Just log it in already, buddy. Come on, you can do it. Think no? Okay, there we go. Too powerful comes out to a hot start. Oh no, it should be looking fine. I forgot to change one of the settings on the YouTube thing. It should look great though, but I keep getting a warning that I'm sending the wrong. I have it set up in a way that's supposed to only take up to 1080, but if you send it 1440, it'll all work. But it just says, hey, you don't have the right settings for the way you have your stream set up on my end. But yeah, it should be 1440 streaming on there. And yeah, unfortunately, Twitch, you have to be part of a special insider program to be able to stream 1440 or 4K on Twitch. So. Color from Brazil, and Yoga, welcome in. Add doo-doo to list. No. What's going on, JD? What's up, Jordan? Brad, Clark, Lane Clark. Going on, Snotty. Ooh. Hardcore. It might be hardcore. It also might not be hardcore. Just so you know. Okay, just double checking the last few things here. And the like buttons, make sure you guys hit that. Ooh, you know what? I didn't fire up the MF run counter. I haven't used this in a while, so I kind of forgot. Okay. Also, did I change this for a video or anything? I did not. Okay. Guess I can get going here. Don't waste too much time. Appreciate ya. Can't read that. Unfortunately, it's not my language, but yeah, thank you very much. Says back something. Says good luck. Appreciate you. Forgive me on not being able to read that. Okay, it's going to take me probably about 2.5 hours to get back in the swing of things here. I think... Oh yeah, I started going back to the other town because I found both Surunes by going back to Act 1. Ah. I had my mouse in the wrong spot. Wanted to use my macro. Jordan alt account? Ooh, man, it's hard. I can't remember too many names for individual people. I can only remember one name. I'll try though. I'll try my best. Some of these names sometimes. You got to level 80 yesterday. How do I find the charm who lets you kill cold immunes? Oh boy. So you just started playing D2 like in the last few years, huh? you're not used to how Diablo 2 is supposed to be played. So you skip things that are immune to cold, I guess, if you didn't dual spec or whatever. Yeah, that's how you do it. In the last 2 weeks, I got you. Yeah, so you're only used to having Sunder Charms all the time, or you're supposed to think you should be able to just break all immunities and kill everything in the game real easy. So yeah, that's not how Diablo 2 is supposed to be. That's how they made it more recently, to kind of like try to court the more like Diablo 3 crowd and stuff. So they made those, they actually overtuned those to make them super hard to find.
Still allowing it long.
Oh, JD, yo! 2 months and the wife's still allowing it. Thank you, JD's wife, for allowing the channel membership. You legend. Appreciate you. Both of you a legend. You and your wife. So yeah, you just have to skip the cold immunes if you're not dual spec on a Sork, I guess. And that's what I do a lot of times too. I just skip the cold immune, so I don't run Eldritch and Shank and stuff like that. LK is an option if you want to just jump to do this. Farm Andy Meth. Pretty much you can do everything except for not go after cold immunes. Okay. Fine. I still got some. Yeah, so I was streaming so long yesterday. I didn't realize how long. Well, I kind of realized it, but man, I streamed a long time yesterday. Had a great time. It didn't seem like work at all. It was great fun. I don't know. Maybe I actually like Lower Kurast, I think. Most people don't, but crazy. Scrolling back up here, catching everybody. What's going on? Shop Works. What's up?
Catch me if you can. 5 years getting closer. Let's go get Blue Rare State.
Blue Rare. Hard pass. I'm about to cancel your membership, G-Stacks, just for saying that. Just kidding. G-Stacks. Thank you so much for the legendary status. What a beast. My God. My God. You know the Giga Chad guy? They actually modeled him after G-Stacks. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. So yeah, Act 4 might be a little faster. I did think about going to do the Act 4 here, but the thing is both those Sur Runes, I found both those Sur Runes in like 300 runs or something. And yeah, and I was going to Act 1, and then I started not wanting to go to Act 1 because I like doing less work. So I would just, like I did right here, just save and exit, not teleport. You hit the waypoint, go over to the other thing, then save and exit, then waypoint back again, you know. I was just doing this because this is easier. But then I started thinking, wait a second. I found both my Sur Runes when I was going to Act 1 and then going to Act 3. So wait, is this that one song that's real weird on this playlist? And I don't know why it's on here. I think so, maybe. Skip that one. Nope, this is the one that's real weird. Every once in a while there's a weird song on this stuff, but what you gonna do? Trick Mephisto, yeah, that's not a bad option. So I also have to grab these little gems here. I think I got an idea for farming slash, finding runes and maybe getting the final Burr rune. I can't tell you guys what it is though, but it's going to require me to get lots of flawed gems and regular gems and stuff. So super stoked since D2 dropped on Steam. Okay, final D. Glad you're stoked. Should you play Reign of the Warlock? You love the legacy toggle. Impossible for me to tell each person if it's worth it for them or not. I mean, it's a no-brainer for a lot of us, of course, if you're like hardcore Diablo 2 person. If you're not, I can't really speak for somebody who's not like me, essentially. It's hard for me to say. I would say if you want to have online rune page, extra stash tabs, the loot filter isn't perfect the way it's designed, but it can work right and block the stuff correctly and stuff if you set it up right. Personally, even if I wasn't a YouTuber and I was like playing it, I would pay for it just for that, to be honest. The Warlock is, not really my fave. I'm gonna be honest. It's super busted, but who knows how that's gonna change in the future. So, I guess yes, but that's just one guy's opinion, and I'm trying to like base it on if I was thinking as if I wasn't a YouTuber, you know what I mean? Lamroon, oh! So take that for what it's worth, I guess. So many skillers, but no high runes, Mad Dog says. Could be worse, I guess. You could find nothing. I've been there before. Other games in Diablo, not very often, no. No. I mean, I bowl on Wednesdays. I go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. You know, I just like replace some, you know, some stuff in the bathroom. I got all this kind of, you know, the new tub spout. I was fixing a leak behind the wall, behind the shower. Like, I don't have time to do this, you know. I'm an adult. I'm a married man with children, you know, like, hard for me to. I had to replace the pipe going out to my septic tank over just in the late fall, so I got to replant the grass here pretty soon. Not to mention, I got my roof replaced like 2 weeks or like a month before that, which I didn't know that sewage pipe was gonna like. What happened to that? Long story short, like I just, you know, I got to fix the front yard too. I don't have time to play all these video games. Don't have time. One can dream, though, huh? One can dream. I guess I'm trying to say you can always make time to do whatever you want, right? But unfortunately, I decided I don't have enough time to play more video games. About twice a year, I'll play something for like a week, like on a weekend or something when I have, you know, it's late in the season. There's like 2 weeks before the reset, and I'm just like, yeah, these videos aren't going to perform as great as usual, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe. Pop in like Final Fantasy 9 or something. Get rid of all these, huh? Wish D2R had access to loot filter and stash tabs. You mean, so you wish D2R Genki did without buying the expansion, you're saying? I mean, you can always use, there's mods that are free if you play single player that have been around for a while. That's got loot filters and stuff, but yeah, you can't really use them online, as far as I'm aware. Or you'll get freaking banned. Fred, yo! What's going on, Fred? The main smeller. Ooh. Final D says good dad. Yeah, totally dad life stuff for sure. What I'm gonna do a little more this summer that I didn't do last year. Stop at the park and play some basketball. I'm that weird old guy that goes plays basketball at the park. Wear the glasses with the stretchy strap around the back, and but like the shorts though. Another one of these, like, it's funny that all these set Natalias. I'm hoping when it's a Grimhelm, I'm hoping to get a vamp gaze off of there. Not that that's like the most insanest, rarest or anything, but still would be good to toss on a Merc or something, keep him alive. Favorite character on D3? I couldn't tell you. I played Diablo 3 for like a month when it launched, and it was like the worst game I've ever played, and I never played it again. G-Stack said he's wearing the stretchy strap glasses right now. Hey, you're practicing, you're getting ready for dad life of you know, going to the park and playing basketball. That's what I do. I take my daughter to the park. You go play, honey. And then I'm like, I bring the basketball, I go over and play basketball. That's actually a cool jewel. Is that the maximum you can get? I thought that said max stamina, but that was max damage, wasn't it? Yeah, 20 to max damage. So it got a double max damage roll. Is that the most you can get on a jewel? Or because I know 15 is one of the rolls. Is the secondary max damage roll 5? Anyone know that offhand by chance? I'm gonna hang on to it for now. I'm gonna throw it in my other jewel page anyways, but how much MF I got on this sorceress? Oh, 30's max? Oh, Zog, appreciate you. I didn't know it could roll 15 twice. So MF doesn't affect anything that's going on out here at Lower Kuros. I guess maybe technically, I think the Magic Find would apply to the rack drops like this, or out of here maybe, but the actual super chest the Magic Find doesn't apply to. Like these, the Magic Find doesn't apply to. They're always magic or rare, and they're predetermined drops. Ooh, you go with the Skulders. They're predetermined set patterns, I should say. Predetermined drops makes it sound different than what it is. Don't want to go bald, but I don't think I have a choice. Yeah, it's super not a big deal to go bald, by the way. I thought it was crazy too. Standing in the mirror, like wearing a hat every day for like a year and a half. So I'm like, dude, this is nope. Took my beard trimmer and was just like movie style. It's like, and I just buzzed us straight down the middle. And then and then I was like, well, I guess it's I can't go back now. So yep, that's what happened. True story. Genki says you don't like the new Sunders and you don't like the Warlock. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people who, I don't know, the new Sunders, I don't like the way they drop. I didn't like them before easier. They were way too easy to get before. But now it's not like, it's not the rarity, it's the way that they're trying to force you to get them is what I don't like. But yeah, I'm not going to go too far into that again. I've gone into that too many times. Back into D2 after 20 years. Your content's been super helpful. Appreciate you, Michael Case. Oh. Best way to hit 99. It's so technically, I guess it's like Chaos or Bale up until like 94 or 5 or something like that, and then it's Terra Zones after that. But if you just blasted Terra Zones right now, that would be perfectly fine too. But I think it's like technically, you know what I mean. Personally, I'm not one that cares too much about Terra Zones, or about getting 99, but I like finding stuff. Bald is beautiful. There we go. Where'd it go? I lost it. Trying to read these. French Lamb. I seen when he identified his SOJ. Yes. That's some of the worst luck for SOJ farming. It took me like 1,500 runs to get one before, and I thought it was like a disaster. So I couldn't imagine doing that many runs. I'm gonna have to do it sometime though. Well, I don't have to, I guess, but ooh, 219.7 MF small charm today. Yeah, that's a pretty solid one for a MF melee. Nice. Jarv dropped a burn single player the other day. Super stoked. I'm stoked for you. I could go for a burr right now too. I'll tell you what. Boy, you have no idea how glad I was yesterday. Maybe not you in general, but just chat in general, I'm saying. When I realized that I had forgotten that I had found 2 Saruns and not just 1. Oh my word. That was such a great feeling. Like, what? I'm a little bit closer than I thought I was. Woo. Speaking of Saruns, if you could just give me another one, that'd be great. Yankee says he's bald. Rip off the band-aid. True story. True story. I guess it depends how old you are too. If you're like 21 and you're like, man, I'm bald as F. Like I could see, like, but to be like in your 30s and just like have a shaved head, people don't even care. Like, it's not even weird. It's not like if a girl was like 21, 22, 23 or something, they're like, oh, you're bald. Oh, jeez. But for like a 32-year-old woman to like, oh, this guy's bald. Ugh. This 35-year-old guy's bald. Ugh. You know, like, no. There's like nobody in the world like that. Anyone that would, that'd just be crazy to me. That needs to be the next poll. Oh no. Oh, Fitty. The struggle is real. Man, the problems... I wish I had the problem you have here, huh? Bo Fitty says, he's got 3 jaws, but the stinking Burroon won't drop. Man. Those are some problems. Yeah, you'll get one. You'll get one. I got faith in you. I got faith. Darn. I also could go for a bunch of roots missing. Downgrade stuff in the cube. I mean, it's already crazy enough that you can cube up to things from the shared stat. Like, this is what I was thinking too. It's going to be so much easier to get like any of these runes in here. Like, just imagine right now, like I have one of these. If I had a pull rune, like these mid runes aren't the hardest to get, right? I could literally, if I found a lem rune and I had one of each one of these, I could just go boop, 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 and I would cube all the way up. Like, and who knows what I could get to when you go back and you think about the lums and if I had more co's and stuff like that. It's going to be so easier to cube up nowadays because, and plus you don't have to like, part of the problem was, did you really want to spend 75 hours saving flawed amethysts and standard topazes to cube things up, you know? But now you don't have to worry about it. You're going to have a maximum of 99 of them eventually, like without too much time into a game. And yeah. You can save every rune. You don't have to worry about transferring to mules and things like that. You're just going to be like slamming your... Everyone's literally going to be like this, like... Boop, boop. Well, you don't need 3 of them, but you know what I mean. Boop. Cubed up. Boop, 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 boop. And you're going to be doing that super fast. What I would probably do is actually send all the gems I need over to here and then just go 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, and then go to the next one, you know what I mean? It's going to be so fast to cube up. Cube, 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 cube. I don't remember where I was at here. I'll just go to that. Svakin. No, you're probably just incredibly lucky. And the thing is, too, is what a lot of people aren't realizing. First of all, someone gets lucky all the time, right? It might not be you. Maybe it's me. Or maybe it's somebody else. But somebody gets lucky. So maybe it's your turn. But also, if you're playing the Warlock, like everybody was, you're just wrecking monsters so fast and so many of them so quickly that you're just naturally going to find 5 times as many runes this season. That's going to happen. I wasn't paying attention. They're extra fast, and I didn't realize. No big deal. But you're killing 5 times as many monsters, 5 times as fast, so you're going to find 5 times more runes than you usually do. You know? So. Cal, welcome in. Just started, so nothing really, so. Too weak is such a troll option. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a joke to put on there, right? So. Brad, yo! Thanks, chat. Yeah, it was chat's fault. You are right. You are right. Did a super chat go? I don't know if it did. That's weird if it didn't. Or maybe I missed it somehow. I'm not sure. Tiger King of YouTube streamers? Jordan, I'm going to take that as a compliment? Not really sure. Gore Spiller, welcome in. Coming in with... Whoa! I wasn't looking there. Coming with the barricade emote. I play both offline, online. Ladder resets and then offline. I like offline better to be most of the time, to be honest. So we're playing again after 25 years. Popping up a lot of people saying that. Thanks for the vids, you say. Appreciate you. No need to thank me. Thank you for watching the videos. No doubt. No doubt I should be thanking you. was like, I heard something. The sound the screen made was that of which I want to pick up. We'll just save and exit. I wasn't confident in my ability to teleport out of there, so I was like, oh, the save and exit. It won't count the run, no big deal. I want to see if this is like a 45 pally shield. Almost. 29 poison res. Oh well. Favorite character, Sorceress for sure. Nova Sorceress. Crazy enough, even though I'm anti-change guy, right? Well, I'm pretty well known as anti-change guy. My favorite build is one that they changed for D2R. Crazy, huh? I guess mainly I just don't like bad changes. Could you do this online ladder? I would highly not recommend, do not do low cost online, because you don't know where the super chests are going to be at. So your efficiency, like, you're going to have to teleport and run around the entire area, you know? So I would very much tell people to not try to do this online. I have heard stories, people say they run around the whole area, like, and they hit every little poppable, and then they're like, ooh, campfire. And then they hit it, and they run around, hit this, and then they come over here and hit these skellies, and they run around and hit every poppable like this. And they'll do like a barb, and they'll like whoop, whoop, frenzy up and run super fast and run around and hit everything like this. But I would highly recommend, in my opinion, not to do that. Trash! Welcome in. Can you find any rune farming LK chests? So the super chests specifically, they can drop up to burr, but you're much more, they're not very common to get a burr rune. But what is the most common one that you really want to get, the Surune, I got 2 of them. If you get, you're like 4 times more likely to get 2 Surunes, and then you can cube those together to make a burr, than you are to drop a burr. Those numbers might be exaggerated, I'm not sure, but it's something like that. So really, you're hoping to get a bunch of Surunes to cube up to burrs and jaws to make Enigma. But you can get Vexes and Lows and Ists and all that kind of stuff too. So, but up to burr. The only way you can get higher is if you get lucky. And like one time I was teleporting around and a mercenary stabbed a random monster like this when I was teleporting by, and it dropped a Cham rune. That can happen, but that's super crazy. Got some high quality H2O. Get the Merc back here. He doesn't stay alive very good. Well, actually, the thing is I probably get taken out all the time, huh? That's the problem. D-Gen, what's going on? You're one of the people that run Lower Kurast online. You go around and hit all the random poppables. Ugh. Yeah, to each their own, you know. Ooh, those birds hit shockingly hard. Ist for Call to Arms. So if you need an Ist, Mad Dog, go farm the Countess on Players 1 difficulty. That would be the fastest, most consistent way, in my opinion. And also, don't forget, if you specifically need that Ist to make Call to Arms is strong enough that I would sacrifice a ton of runes that are lower to cube them together to get up to that Ist rune. So like, if you get a bunch of Lums and Ko's and Lem runes and stuff, cube those all together with the shared, the way the shared stash page works. It shouldn't be that hard. You could probably honestly farm the Countess for like a couple of hours, and you're essentially guaranteed to get enough runes to cube up to an Ist rune or find an Ist rune. So, because yeah, to get to an Ist, which is right here, I mean, that would be so, honestly, it'd be like 2 hours. You can get an Ist rune, like, guaranteed. Shortcut to save and exit so fast. So I have what's set up. It's called a macro. exclamation hands free if you want to see exactly how I do it. But long story short, my mouse, it's a Razer mouse. It comes with Razer Synapse software. You can do it a lot of different other ways, but I hit one button on the side of the mouse, and it hits all the keys on the keyboard and stuff to save and exit automatically. So I can hit the button, and I just have to sit here, and I can read chat, and I can, you know, interact with you guys while it's saving and exiting. I feel like I don't really care if I save and exit or not. I just want it to happen. I don't feel like that's something I need to accomplish myself. I wouldn't do it online though, because you'll get banned for botting. So, FYI. Reaper backslane. Ooh, better believe it. Yeah. Random bad gamer talking about hitting lower Kuros. He says if it's terrorized, you'll hit it. I believe. I could see that. Not bad. Like half. It's like not quite all the way to where you want it, but maybe we'll save it for now. This is early on. We could throw that on our thing we do later. So, Countess drops her trash. Ooh, not the runes. Not the runes, that's for sure. That's mainly what you're going for. Runes and plus it's 2 birds, 1 stone situation. You get keys there from there as well. Dude, I love the Countess. Circlet. I don't think I've ever gotten a good circlet my whole life, so I'm just gonna forget about it. Yeah, so Fulfitty, you're doing a classic mistake there of what everybody says. You have to find 64 codes to get to an ISK. You never, ever, ever have to find 64 codes. So it takes 3 codes to cube up. I think it's 3 or 2. So I think 3 to go to a foul. And then if you find 2 fouls, so you'll have 2 codes, 2 fouls, and then 2 lems. And then I think it's, or these take 3, I mean, is what I'm saying. It takes 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, then it's 2, 2, 2, 2. So you're going to find like 1 mal, 1 1 pull, 2 lems, 2 fouls. So then you only have to find like 1 more co. You'll find 1 co one time, and you'll cube that together with the fouls you already have and cube that together. With the lems you already have, cube that together. Then it'll be 2 pulls. Go up to the 1 you have with the other you just cubed. Cube that together up to the mal to go with the other mal you have, and then boom, you have an Istrium. So it's a classic fallacy that people always say. I do want to do the well actually voice so badly right now, but I'm not going to. It takes 14 million L runes to cube up to a Zod. That's not the way it works. It takes however many of these you have that equals to however many of like the shells you need, but you already have some, and then cube those up, you know. So like you really at some point you could find 1 L rune, and that'll be the last L that you need, and you'll just be like boop 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 boop. So yeah. Yep, that's all you gotta do. Beast OG, if it was this time that the circlet was going to be good, I would go get it. I guess. If there's any way I could know that. Okay, don't run it. Forget that tier rune. I don't feel like getting taken out right now. Hell rune, a little bit better. Good thing I didn't get taken out when I get it going to get that tier rune. I'd much rather have the hell rune. Where are we at over here? Declone walk. Okay, good to know, good to know. Brain of the Warlock softcore ladder, says Trash. All right. Looking up items and where they can drop. So there's a bazillion of them. You could just type in drop odds calculator D2R like on the internet. The one I use specifically is called Silas Spin's drop odds calculator. So, but feel free to use whichever one you would like to. There's a ton of them nowadays, so. I don't know if they're up to date with the new, like, I'd have to double check with the new Grimmer, those books. Now that they've added the books into the drop odds tables and they nerfed Andy, I don't know if it's up to date for those. I would think it would be, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I got some P7 right now. Short Robusto. 2 streams in a row, Killy Rabbit said. Nice. Welcome in. 17, 16. Yeah, we'll keep that. Didn't mean to do that. Boom, 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 boom. Have you ever cubed to a Zod? No, I'd have to go back in. I've done it multiple times, and I need to do it again, actually. So I have I got up, you know, when I was doing my other Holy Grail, before I finished it, I just found so many runes along the way. You can't keep them all, right? So I had, a full shared stash page and a half of another one, completely full of mid and high runes. Like I had like 10 ohms and like 14 vexes and you know, like 32 lem runes and, you know, 20 pull runes, and I cubed all of those, cubed them together, and I got up to where they all turned them all into low runes. And I think like what I think I turned them into 6 low runes, and then I was like, I just stopped there, because if I ever needed to go higher, I could always cube those together to make higher runes if I wanted to. And those were just extra ones. I had a mule that had 5 of every rune on it. So yeah, you get to a point where that's how it ends up happening, yeah. And I have another full stash page and a half the same way now, but I never cubed them together because Reign of the Warlock came out, and I kind of was just like, I didn't do anything with it. So I don't know if you do the math. And that was just only cubing up runes that are lemon higher. I didn't do any of the lower runes than that. So what would be 6, 12? What would 12 low runes go up to? I'm gonna do the math for me. Because it's low, goes to Sir, Sir goes to Burr, Burr to Jah, Jah to Cham, and then to Zod. So there's 7 of them, huh? So 12. I don't think, could you even get to a Zod with 12 lows? Do the math for me. I'm not smart enough. No, I think you couldn't quite. You would need 14 low runes, right? Or could you do 12? Someone who's smart, do the math. I can't do it. 12 lows could only get to 1 burr. I don't think that's true. Oops. 4 lows would get to a burr. So 8 lows would get to a Jah. Oh, so then it would be 16 to get to a Cham. Oh, yeah, okay. That's how the math goes. 32 to the Zod. Okay, yeah. So I could get halfway to a Zod by cubing up runes lem or higher that I had found during my Holy Grail that were runes beyond making every rune word in the game. And then saving 5 extra of them on a mule for if I want to use for something else later. So I guess I never really fully even thought that out before. That's interesting to kind of think about and kind of know, I guess. Finds for today. It's going to be a couple burr runes later is what I'm going to find. Oh, okay, Kelly, yeah, I got you now, yeah. I didn't notice when you said the job before. I was kind of confused there, yeah. My math was off. 1.5 jaws, exactly. That's what I was... Oh, I can make 12 griefs. Ooh, Uzmundo knows what's up. There you go. Osmundo. Miasmic Slayer. About to get your Miasma Warlock out of Nightmare. Best of luck. Should be all good. You have no problems till you get to wave 2 of Don't Fail. You'll be perfectly fine until then. And then when I did it, I had to get my Mercenary to very slowly take that wave out. Desperately need Vex for Hoto. Yeah. Well, a couple options. Single player, you can do LK. I found a Vex not that long ago. You can do Cows, Trav. Some people like Arcane Sanctuary for stuff. Just go around, hit all the packs in there because they're all kind of weak, and Ghosts have a slightly elevated rune drop chance. run counter I use. It's called MF Run Counter. So just made by some guy a long time ago. He's just done a thing or two here to update it to make sure it works and stuff. Pretty much been the same for years. Exclamation run counter if you want to see exactly what I have in installation. It's a pretty old video, so I do need to double check and make sure it all works correctly. It's the right link and stuff, but I think people have seen it and they told me it is the right link still, and it works and everything. Just an FYI, the way it looks on my screen, it does not look that way in real life. I do some shenanigans to make it look cool for the stream. It's not actually overlaid on my game like that. It's over on my second monitor over here. JD, highest rune you got's an Well, keep plugging away, you'll get there. Miasmic Slayer, he's a big fan of Trav. Gotcha. I am an anti-Trav guy, so. Ooh, Genki said he found a burr the other day out at LK. Or, boy, Arcane Sanctuary, I mean. Yeah, congrats on that. I found a few out there. Arcane Sanctuary is cool for Nova, Sork, and Lightning, so I've definitely done a few of those. Ooh, a few of those in my day. Jordan's got a few Vexes, was sitting on them, waiting to cube up to try to make Enigma with them. Not a bad choice. Some dude got a SOJ in normal. Yeah, I think like normal Bale can drop SOJ, and I mean, I couldn't imagine why you'd be running Nightmare normal difficulty Terror Zones, but you could do that too. But I don't remember exactly how early the earliest you could, though. Maybe normal Diablo? Not sure, though. Chandler, you got all that from like a set? I'm guessing that's like a half hour of running, you're saying, from doing the council down by Mephisto and Mephisto TZ'd? Yeah, I mean, crazy luck, man. Crazy luck. But that's part of, like, I'm guessing you're Echoing Strike Warlock, right? So that's part of when you can just, like, blast the council down because you have an indestructible tank in front of you that automatically doubles your damage with the curse. So, you know, you can take out the council in double, triple, quadruple the speed of what any other character can usually. It's twice as fast as a Hammerden. And then you know, so you can get twice as many runs done, and, you know, any other character can. Teleport's slower, I guess, but yeah. The teleport down there is slower than a Sork would be, but kills way faster, yeah. I think that's kind of the situation that's going on with everybody. They just, Warlock kills so much faster that everybody thinks the rune drop rates are increased because you're just taking out 2-3 times as many monsters, you know? Mad Dog saying you can get Shaco and Nightmare TZs. Oh, more than that. It was only like, not the Warlock season, but it was like the one before that, I think, even. On our playthrough, we wanted to level a little bit, so we did like 10 Nightmare Bale runs, and somebody grabbed a Shaco from Nightmare Bale, which is crazy, yeah. I didn't even see it. They grabbed it so fast. I was doing one of these, looking over at chat while I was like doing, I don't know, just shooting my attack. You know, reading chat, because like I'm always doing, I didn't even see it drop, and someone's like, whoa, so who got that Shaco? And I'm like, funny guys, haha, like a Shaco dropped, haha, funny. And then I went back and looked, and whoa, indeed, it was not funny, it really did happen. Yeah, I heard a lot of people said there's a declone coming roughly now on Softcore Ladder for Reign of the Warlock, if anyone's interested. Playing single player, what's my suggestion? 2 burrs, a bunch of mid-high runes. I could cube up to a burr for a jaw. Should you wait for those. Let's see. It really is very dependent on what you want to do, I guess. Like if you want to play a bunch of different characters, or if you're just going to play one character in one build. But I would say if you want to play like a bunch of different characters like I do, you want to try to make Enigma first. I've made Infinity first, and I was very disappointed when I didn't find a Ja rune for a year and a half after that. So then I went back and, yeah, had to run LK for 70 years to make Enigma after I had made Infinity, and then I could only play Sorceress until I made Enigma, you know? Not literally, but, like, if you don't have Enigma, you can only run, like, Trav and, like, Eldritch and Shank and stuff, so. I would cube up runes to make Enigma. Yeah. Kelly, you made 4 different characters this ladder? Impressive. Impressive. No skiller. Handler got his smiter ready for the declone. Nice. Switch to Twitch. No big deal. PC walk, I believe so. Woo! I was spamming my teleport, but I was 2 hit recovery locked. Need a little bit more hit recovery, maybe. Thanks a lot, chat. Replenish quantity. There's pretty much every person that has a Diablo Discord has a channel to keep track of the declones and stuff. Link to mine in the description if you ever want to see that. 203. You can hit recovery. I don't want it. Having those charms in my inventory right now, that really confuses me though. I never know which ones I need to keep and which ones to sell. Rune. Not exactly what I'm hunting out here, but a bunch of people shouting out their mid to low annies. Who's got that perfect one? No, I'm not gonna go get the Act 4 stuff right now. It's gonna work the same exact way of just like how... What was it that I was supposed to get before? What did I go to try to get before and then I spent like 2 hours trying to get it? Oh, I was trying to make I couldn't get a 4-socketed bow, and I was spent like 2 hours trying to go out and get cows and take out cows to get a 4-socketed bow, and I just never could. Because it, you know, it's going to be the same situation. It's not even going to be that much faster either. Act 4 will not be any faster. No faster. Because no matter what, like the waypoint's right here in Act 4, you have to take a step to be able to reach it. And here you have to be able to take 2 steps to be able to reach it. It's like, that's not really the limiting factor here. 1 to 2 steps. I can, with this particular setup, part of the reason this one will take slightly longer than the best possible you can get is this final teleport distance from here. The fact that if you do it perfectly, you have to do 3 teleports to be able to go. But if you have a perfect map setup, you only need 1 teleport. That's kind of that's the one thing that slows it down a little bit more. Appreciate your dark hearts. No let's go the other way this time. I'm about to stop hitting those racks though, because they're never any good. Oop. What's that? I'll try doing max efficiency here. We'll see what time we get. Cross-act load time stink. Yeah, I did try it. I was doing the time when you run the docks too, because running the docks is long as well, so. If I do just these, we'll forget that topaz. Like I would normally do. Yeah, I mean, with the perfect map I had before, you could get it in the low 20s, and now this one's 27, 28 seconds. It's whatever. I would say if I did have, maybe if I had everything set up perfectly, run speed, I didn't read chat at all, I could get these down to 25, but like, if I didn't, you know, if I grabbed essentially nothing, unless it was a high rune that I wanted, sounds like a little bit too min-maxy for me. The biggest problem is you people. Me having to read all your comments. Just kidding, of course. I'm joking. Yeah. So to get the bow that has vigor on it, like you said, I spent 2 hours farming cows trying to get a 4-socketed bow, and I didn't get a single one, and then I just stopped. But also, plus, I had to go through, and I didn't rescue Cain yet, so I had to go get Cain, which sounds like it's not a problem, but then the Cain quest was glitched, and I had to go back and do it again, and then I realized that I didn't get the waypoint, so I had to go back again, and then I farmed like several runs of cows, and I didn't get one through the whole thing. It was just a disaster. And I was like, okay, I just spent an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever, didn't get a single 4-socketed bow, I'm out. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. When should you go for Ubers or declone in single player? Well, really, declone you can kind of do with almost any character at any time. Declone's real easy if you just take advantage of like 1 or 2 like super simple strategies depending on if you're melee or a caster. Declone is actually incredibly easy. Ubers, on the other hand, can be tough if you're not a smiter, or I mean, Echo Strike Warlock, of course, can just wreck anything with Wurt's leg, but a White Monarch the other day, it'll get 4 sockets, right? So yeah, if you just Larzik it and don't do anything to it beforehand, it should get 4 sockets. Do not do the cube recipe that makes lower quality stuff into normal quality, because it'll reset the item level to 0, or to 1, I mean. And if it has a really low item level like that, it'll only get 3 sockets. So you should be able to just Larzik it if it's cracked or whatever, and it'll get 4 sockets. It'll just have like 10 lower defense than a regular one, or whatever it has. Fine. Actually. Yeah, Ben up here says it's pretty much as soon as you get your first SOJ. Yeah, pretty much what I would do. Uber bail hard? Yeah, I never really I don't know. Mephisto's the one that always annoys me because he can just one-tap you, so. He just, like, zaps you with lightning one time because of his massive conviction. And... Oopsie. Skill issue right there, my goodness. Oh! Thank you so much. Is that Greenole, I think? Pronunciation's never my strong suit. But thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Ooh, appreciate ya. Oh yeah, I'm keeping those, I forgot. How close to Enigma? No closer than I was yesterday. Haven't been on too long. Haven't found nothing. Nothing much anyways. Bunch of stuff like this. Home for Call to Arms real soon. Would be sick. Yeah, so I got a Vex. Honestly, mostly if I found like anything, I would use it towards Cuban to get up to Enigma, but yeah. Demon Necromancer got a low rune. Yeah, on the season I found that low rune on the playthrough, and that was the highest one that I got. Dang it. I was trying to go quick and I missed that. Ooh, well. Yeah, Jordan, I think you're just trying to hear weird stuff all the time. So your brain just automatically makes it, like, try to hear weird things that aren't what was said. I think that's what's going down. Where's our poll at here? 63% think too powerful. 31% just right. Interesting. Based on putting Enigma in, haven't decided yet. I don't concern myself too much with it, I guess. I don't know, maybe we'll go Mage Plate this time. I don't usually go Mage Plate, honestly, but not that I never have, but best map. So you can have up to 6 super chests. So the map is either going to have one tile that has the campfire, or it'll have 2. So Demon Necromancer, yo! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Oh, appreciate ya. Anything else in there I want to grab? Yeah, sure. Dude. Oh, he just got ripped out at the last second. Bro. Yeah, I think Mage Plate has max at 3, but that's not really the reason why I would choose it, but it's kind of like a good defense relative to, like, it's super low strength, so that you can, you know, you put Enigma on and it just, like, blasts your strength up to a bazillion. Magic find cold res, whatever. Maybe I'll put my Enigma in the worst possible armor. What do you think's the worst possible, but like super low level one that's bad? Heavy mail? Or like ornate plate? Ornate plate? Loricated mail? That's not the worst. That one's only got a strength requirement 149. No, but I want one of the low-level ones that can get 3 sockets, though. Like a full plate mail or something. Something nobody ever would make an Enigma in. Yeah, low defense, heavy movement penalty. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Gothic plate. Ooh, there you go. Plus one that it would just look sick, right? Because, like, I really like... Actually, maybe... What is the strength requirement on ornate plate? Or is there another plate that looks exactly like that same base, but it's, like, lower strength requirement? Because that armor looks sick on characters. And that's really the most important thing, is your character looks sick, right? That's the most important. Bone weave your favorite? Ooh, okay. I want to have a strength requirement under, like, it can't be over 90.
It's insane.
Oops, something insane happened. I gotta check it. Yo, Demon Necromancer. Thank you so much for the gifted Tier 1 subs. Ooh, gifted 2 of them. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You Slayer. What a legend. What a legend. Appreciate you. Gothic plate is pretty meh. Ancient Armor's 100 strength. Ooh, could Ancient Armor get 3 sockets? It's a little higher than I would want, but man, that sounds sick. Ornate's 170. Ooh, that's too much. For sure. I can't do Ornate, but yeah, maybe that one that's 100 strength? No, I can't do that. That's too obnoxious. Yeah, forget the chip. I probably need the chips actually. Ancient Armor can get 4? Oh, man. So it's going to be even harder for me to get exactly what I want to, huh? No, it's got to have strength under... I guess 100 is going to be the cutoff. Could I do Ancient Armor Enigma? I mean, I could. There's no law against it, technically. Hurt a Charm. That was large, right? That was a Grand Charm. Okay. Light plate, really low strength requirement. Yeah, breastplate. Ooh, there we go. Popping some skillers here from a lower Kuros. Lightning Fury Jobzon's gonna love this one right here for sure. Yeah, for sure. Maybe light plate, huh? I don't know. So hard to decide. Make sure it's ethereal, you'll be all good. Alright, will do. Poison, is poison getting me? Poison got me too good. Hassan. Yeah, I mean, Echoing Strike, the weapon doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It's just like so busted. You pretty much can't tell the difference between a regular dagger and the best possible weapon you can have. If you have like everything else is like stacked up, you can't even tell the difference. Crazy that they added that to the game the way it is. Crazy. Get him, Galback. Galback says, not enough likes on the stream. Make sure you guys put that in there. Hit that like button. What do I think is going to happen with Heralds and Sunders for the next patch? Boy, I have no idea what they're going to do nowadays. I have no idea what these people are going to do to the game. I may just forget that jewel for a second. I'll tell you this much. We're going to find out. For in the next 10 runs, boy, you're probably going to be wrong. I hope you're not, though, but. Purus. Ooh. Boy, yeah, I'm going to pick one of those. I'm going to use a super unnatural base for Enigma. Not super, but it's going to be like a low strength, but one that nobody uses. I've decided. Yeah, I mean, 444 on a Dust Shroud. Not a bad, it sounds fine for Enigma. I've done similar. Yeah, that Scarab Husk is actually... Oh no, I made mine in a worm hide last time. My last Enigma was a worm hide. Fishholic said a light plate. Yeah, I mean, that would just look like an Archon plate, right? Essentially, so... I kind of want to do... No, breastplate. I don't really like that one. Boy, maybe I'll go with the one that's, the 100 strength. Ancient armor. So it looks like you know, it'll look like you're wearing like a sacred armor, right? Ooh. Short Robusto, you just rolled a perfect LK map, it sounds like. Congrats. Full plate mail's got 80 strength. Ooh. I don't know what that one looks like. We'll have to, that's going to be the most important thing I can do. The most important thing I could be doing now is reviewing armor, reviewing the armor skins and deciding which one to make my Enigma out of. Maybe I should do that today. I'm wasting time running LK. I need to go check out the skins. Yeah, Shaco! Unfortunate. Amakatak saying Amakatak. The breastplate one looks like the Barb's wearing a skirt still. I really have no idea, to be honest. I don't remember. Elrune. I don't really pay too much attention to the skins, really, to be honest. But I do know that the Sacred Armor or Nate Plate one looks sick, though. I do know that. Starting single player, I mean, for most people, I'd kind of recommend going like with the fire skills until you get to like Act 4 of Nightmare, and then switching into like Blizzard with you know, maybe a little bit into like Hydra or Firewall, just for the random times you like absolutely have to take out a cold immune and you have no other option, which is not often. deflecting jousts. That could be what it's for. Missed a small charm. Impossible. Yeah, it happens sometimes. That was the one. 32020 gone. It's gone. No! Oh well. Dang it, did it again. Did it again. When I hit my macro, I can't have my mouse in the middle of the screen, or it like clicks the buttons on accident. Yeah. Let's see. Dylan's got to work tonight. We'll hopefully have an alright day at work. Yeah, it was probably most likely guaranteed at 32020. That's probably true. The real BR. You'd be so mad if you found a 32020 on offline single player. Yeah, because you'd be super mad to find it on single player because you couldn't trade it for 50 duped jaw runes online. I wouldn't be mad. $500 LK runs, your best drop was a foul. Unfortunate. Yeah, my last several hundred haven't been that great, to be honest. I'm at almost 700. Honestly, probably like the last 400, I probably haven't really gotten anything higher than like maybe I got a lem. But I got a lot in those first few that are kind of really holding up the averages, if you know what I mean. Marty, yo, welcome in. 2 times in a row. This song's on repeat. Can we discuss foosball? Ravens trading for Max Crosby and then canceling the trade. The Ravens are scumbags, is pretty much what it is. The Ravens are just scumbags. I didn't know this, but apparently that was like the that's like the 5th time they've done that in the last 10 years or something. Like that organization has. That was the highest profile one, but they've done that like regularly. They just send out like trade offers and then people accept them. And then they go and they look at free agency, who they can sign. And then if they can sign somebody for cheaper or they think it's a better value than who they already traded for, they just go, ooh, sorry, medical reasons, cancel the trade. Signing you though. Yeah, they're scumbags. Axu, no, there's quite literally a 0% chance I'm gonna play D4. That's for sure. For sure. Spirit in a Aegis or a Enigma in a what? That in a Ancient Armor. The 220 or 219 strength Spirit Shield. Yeah, I made one of those one time. I don't remember why. I think I just made it because. Just for like a joke on ladder one time. What build could that have been? Because casters never have any strength, but then why did I do that? I feel like I was using it too. I don't remember why. I don't know. Still live vicariously through through your D4 Warlock play? Maybe, Viv. Maybe. Double Burr Rune chest drop? That would be legendary. I'm pretty certain impossible. Very certain, actually. But, hey. Make it happen. Ooh, I better take that light plate. Ooh, no! No! That light plate. Light plate's gonna be sick. Still love the Chicago Bears? No! Overrated scumbags right there as well. Ooh, man. I'm about to go. So I have this. Don't go everyone subscribe unless you actually care about fantasy football and will watch my videos. But I make these fantasy football videos. Just quick talk, upload, whatever. And last year I was going to make a video. It's reviewing my most disliked videos. I had 2 videos last year that had, one was 60% dislike to like ratio. It was 60% likes, 40% dislikes. And the other video was 50-50. I kid you not. And I went back and watched my takes in it of what got such bad likes to dislikes, and I freaking crushed it. Everything I said was right in the video. It was crazy. Romo Dunze's fake stats from last year, how he absolutely bombed the second half of the season, just like I knew he would because he was just getting lucky. Like, oh man, it was just one after another, after another, after another. It was crazy. Just crazy. Like, more correct than I ever thought I could have possibly been. What runes I already got? The best was a couple Sirs so far. Biff says can't wait to go fishing in D4. Fishaholic might buy the game just for that, huh? He might give up fishing in real life just for Diablo 4, huh? Jameer Gibbs will look good in a Dolphins uniform. They're burning the Dolphins to the ground. I could not imagine that they would be trading for a stud running back. They got Achan. I would say they're more likely just to dump Achan and just tank this year than they would be to trade for somebody good. Like, they just got rid of Waddle. They got rid of the stud quarterback Tua. They got, yeah, that's a joke, but. A D4 partner said to Biv, D4 fishing is one of their most closely guarded secrets. I thought they announced, I thought it wasn't a secret anymore. I thought they announced it. Didn't they? I thought they announced it. Rome will haunt me this year? No. Rome's not terrible. He's not the worst player in the league or anything like that. But man, people were acting like he was the best thing ever. No, well, who's going to be studding it up this year is Luther Burden and freaking Loveland. That's what's going to happen. Rome will be okay. Rome will essentially be like JMO. Literally, the team is going to be, Luther Burden is going to be like the stud receiver. Loveland's going to be the Sam Laporta. Rome's going to be, he's going to have those games where he's going to run deep and the defender's going to trip and fall, and he's going to catch a couple of touchdowns like that, you know. Or, you know, he's going to be single covered because everyone is going to like start trying to double cover, like they're going to really pay attention to Loveland coming over the middle and Luther Burden, and then Rome's just going to be single covered, so it's going to be easier for him to get, you know, one guy has to trip and he's wide open, you know. Just like last year, everybody was paying attention to DJ Moore, so Moore wasn't getting like hardly any of the work he usually would or should have been getting. And then Rome's just like getting covered by some random linebacker. Fishaholic, I bet you that the fishing in D4 is going to be better than real life fishing. Better than catching a sturgeon in a kayak, for sure. Oh, Biv up here a minute ago from my statement. He says that the fishing in D4 was announced, but no details really about it. Gotcha. Guess we'll grab the Ithrin, why not? Fishing is Shaco in D4, but what if really? Yeah. You can like fish and catch top secret, like super rare fish that you can like take their fish bones or their scales and craft Shakos with them and stuff. Reapers from up I said a minute ago, if they could get a first or maybe even like a second in something for Achan, he's gone. Yeah, running backs are tough sells though. Running backs are tough sells, you know. People don't value it as much. It's kind of coming back around a little bit, but yeah. When like random generic wide receivers, like I think what is his name, Jordan Naylor, who was like the 4th receiver for Minnesota. He got signed to didn't he get like a $20 million contract from dang it, I was half paying attention, from the Raiders. He got like a 17 or a $20 million. He got more money per year, I think, than Saquon Barkley did. Jordan Naylor, I think is his name. Something Naylor, I know that. Just crazy. Wicked Ball, welcome in. Demon. The fetish trophy instead of the fishing trophy. Ooh. Yeah, can't read chat while I'm trying to teleport around. That's impossible. I haven't got a high rune in a minute. I keep like wishful thinking, looking to see if there's one every time there's a rune or something. Never is though, apparently. Fishing rod skin for 30 bucks. Yeah, the fly fishing rod is going to be 30 bucks. You're going to start off with just a normal like push button. The old school, just regular push button ones from when you're like a kid, you know? Ooh, that ornate plate. Is that my Enigma base? Could it be? Oh, 170 strength would be sick though. No, I can't do that. That's a joke. A Fishaholic knows what I'm talking about. Whoops. Pantera. No, I ain't doing that. No matter what the next armor is, I have to make Enigma out of it. No. That sounds terrible. Grab the tail rune, buddy. Terrible. Yeah, Alec Pierce. Yeah, the good call on that one, Reapers. Alec Pierce getting 6 times more money than Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. That's what's crazy, how running backs, they just pay him nothing. And why do they give receivers so much money? Just random scrub wide receivers that are just like generic wide receiver guy. Like, I don't get it. Three-socketed leather armor. I think that one can only get 2, but yeah. I would totally make that if you could. Yeah, Alec Pierce is crazy. He literally had like, he had some okay games, but he literally had like one insane game at the end of the season, and it just like made his, literally that one lucky game there, that just paid for him and his kids, his grandkids, his great-grandkids, his great-great-grandkids to never have to work again. Because he caught a couple touchdowns in the right game, you know what I mean? So most long balls last year. He had quite a few. I had him. He won me some money last year, that's for sure. I had him on some underdog fantasy like best ball teams, and I'm literally like, oh, I'm behind. I'm not going to win any money. I'm not going to advance unless something crazy like Alex Pierce catches like 2 touchdowns and gets like 100 yards. Yeah, and then he just goes bananas for that game, which is crazy. But good for him, though. Yeah, I'm mad about him. I'm mad about him. It's just weird that people decide these things, right? I don't know. Pierce is like, okay. I wouldn't even say he's like a great wide receiver. I don't know. We'll see. He's got to have a season this year. They got rid of Pittman, or they didn't re-sign Pittman, or did they trade him? I forget. But get rid of Pittman. Give Pierce a huge contract. What other receivers? Downs, I guess. I don't know who else they even have on the team. So this is like his receiving core, I guess, which is crazy. But I guess they got the tight end that's pretty good too. So Jason Myers was MVP candidate. Yeah, you ain't wrong there. Didn't he have all the scoring in the whole game, or what? I forget what. He had like 7 field goals or something crazy. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, Myers carried my team at the end of the season for fantasy. Kept me out of last place. What town you're in? You must be in Detroit, Jordan. Must be in Detroit. Go over here. Broke the record for field goals in a Super Bowl. Man, that'd have been awesome if kicker would have won the MVP. That's a very long comment, Grayson. Hopefully someone I can't read all the other different chats and that incredibly long comment. You gonna be asked. Sorry to hear you're having some trouble doing Ubers though. Biff said Myers or the defense. Myers or the defense. Or Kenneth Walker. Pantera made so many fantasy mistakes last year, he says. Yeah, it happened. So did I. So did I. I mean, a lot of mine were, I mean, like, you can't just never, like, only draft, like, the safest players. And just everybody I drafted that somebody would be like, well, didn't you know they kind of are injury prone? Everyone got hurt. Like, I took Jaden Daniels and I would, like, start him. And then he would get hurt mid-game. And then he would, like, come back the next game and get hurt mid-game again. And then he'd come back, like, he'd sit out one full week and then come back and get hurt mid-game again. And it's like, oh my God. Every week I play him, he gets, like, 10 points and gets hurt. Like, you're killing me here. Or, like, I took Xavier Worthy and he gets hurt the very first game. Like, a first play. Terry McLaurin was hurt all year. Just, like, injury, hurt. McLaurin did the same thing. He would get hurt, get me a 0, come back after like 2 games, instantly get hurt again. It's almost worse. You almost want them to just get hurt and never come back, rather than have them keep coming back over and over again, and then getting hurt again. Gosh darn it, dude. Crazy. You're hating on the Colts because you're a Colts fan, says Jordan? I didn't catch that. Don't have to be a Colts fan to hate on the Colts, that's for sure. Excited for FIFA? Oh, am I ever? D. Lopez. Sarcasm, of course. No. No, soccer's just oof, rough. Rough watch. Soccer is a rough watch, gotta be honest. Hey. Yeah, run 700, yeah. Super lucky. Pontera says, yeah, and you put a guy like that on the bench and they get 40 points. Yes, that is exactly what happened as well. That's 100% what happened to me. I can remember it happening. I don't remember exactly which player it was, but I was like, I just can't play him. He's like 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, hurt, comes back, 6 points, bench him, 40 points. I think it was because it's a keeper league. So I took over a keeper league and I drafted a lot of young people the year before. So last year my keepers were, I kept Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas Jr. And Brian Thomas Jr. hurt his wrist in the practice or something. Didn't tell anybody on the team. Was hurt the first half of the year till it came out. And that's why he was dropping so many passes and wasn't catching anything. And then he gets benched for lying to the team pretty much. Not benched, but not used a lot. Then they think he's not working hard enough, so they trade for Jacoby Myers. And man, it was just so I played him for so long, and then he finally had a good game, and then Neighbors tore his ACL like in the second week, and Jaden Daniels is in and out the whole season. McLaurin was hurt the whole season on and off. It's like, man. At least what's his name? At least Bijan's like a stud now. Finally Arthur Smith is gone, so he can actually, Bijan will actually play instead of getting benched for Tyler Algier all the time. But yeah, you see the problems here? I mean, I literally came into the league, and the other guys in my league are like, "Oh man, your team's going to be a problem." When they're looking at my team, literally, going into last season without knowing they were all going to get hurt all the time. Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. Who was the other? Oh, Terry McLaurin, Bijan Robinson. My other running back, not as great, but I was like Tony Pollard coming into the season. Sure, I could have done something better at wide 2. Trey McBride, and then I had for defense and kicker or whatever. Like everyone's like, geez, this like I don't know about your team, bro. Like you're probably the favorite. And then as soon as it started, it was like hurt. Oh well. We'll just draft players next year and then they'll all get hurt again. Marty says, soccer almost as bad as watching people play D2. Oh boy. Arthmus says, hockey no great watch either. You mean ice soccer? Cardinals? At least they throw the ball a whole bunch, huh? Helps out Trey McBride for fantasy, at least. Good drops. Now, today's been a little bit slow. Up until I'm about to find a high rune here, of course. Yeah, probably the last like 500 runs I haven't really got much of anything. Yeah, I mean, ice soccer, it really does fit like perfect. It is essentially soccer, just on ice skates. Instead of kicking the ball, you have, you know, you're not allowed to hit the ball with your hand, really, just like in soccer. You try to get it in the goal at the other, and it has a goalie sitting there. You know, it's like the same games. Whoops. More of a badminton kind of guy. Miasmic. I get you. Badminton's pretty legit. You need me to draft Josh Allen? Oh, because you want him to get hurt? Makes sense. Checks out. Whoa!
Free R Daddy donated 57 euros and 7 cents through Super Chat.
Whoa!
Hey Slayer, what's your favorite gym exercise, and would you mind sharing your bench press PR? Come on Enigma, love you, gesture light skin tone, love you, gesture light skin tone.
Oh, gesture light skin tone. Huge! Thank you for the 57 euros! Thunder Daddy! Ooh. Holy crap, thank you for the generosity. Absolute legend. Bench press PR. Why do you gotta try to embarrass me here? Why do you gotta try to embarrass me? We'll start with that one first. I don't remember the exact number because it would have been a little bit ago. Semi-recently, probably about a month ago. What did I do? 25? I think I did 245 about a month ago, but I've just started getting back, like, into getting strength or whatever. I really haven't done much heavier than that, though. Probably... It's not much more than that. Maybe, dude, did I get out of here? 45, 50, maybe, I think like 265 is probably my most. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. You'd think I'd be able to bench more with how much I go to the gym, and considering I'm 6'3", 230, but I'm just not. Favorite gym exercise? I don't think I really have a favorite. I keep it kind of simple though. I just do push-pull legs, and on a push day, I'll do bench or incline bench, and then I'll go do barbell overhead press, and then I'll go do like cable flies, and I just kind of keep it simple. I don't do anything crazy. Nothing wrong with doing better than 99% of the population, 2 plates. Yeah, I guess it's just the thing is because I'm 6'3", like 230, like 265 is, you know, I'm only talking like 30 pounds over my body weight, right? Free workout? No, I don't take nothing. Don't take nothing. Don't take nothing. But once again, Thunder Daddy, thank you for the huge super chat. The only performance-enhancing drug I take is whiskey. Man, can I get a stinking high rune here? Pre-workout roids? It's just like different chemicals to like, ooh, that's a pretty solid one right there. This one's going on that lower level of the Energy Shield Nova Sorceress for sure. Yeah, I like that. Like caffeine and stuff all in its powder form. Okay, this is guaranteed. Let me move this stuff around. If anyone's ever seen those videos where they get the burr runes over and over again because they get the exact map seed and they figure out exactly where the stuff in the inventory, like they'll go in the inventory and they'll be like boom, and then the rune won't drop anymore, and then they go boom, and then they'll get the burr rune to drop every time. So I'm gonna go like this. Maybe a pretty stash is a happy stash, and that'll cause me to find more runes maybe. Yeah, this looks like a stash that you would find high runes with, right? Swanee, it depends what activity you're talking about. It says whiskey is the opposite of a performance-enhancing drugs. Depends what you're talking about. It's wild to not use pre-workout before you're... I don't think it's wild. I don't take nothing. I'm not against it. I just too lazy and I forget it, this and that, and I just feel like it doesn't really help me. Whether it's, I don't take creatine. I used to, but I don't anymore because I just like forget, and then I'm like, this doesn't really help me anyways. Pre-workout, anything like that. The main thing is I don't really need to gain more muscle anyways. I know, quote unquote, as you get older, you lose muscle, this and that, but I'm not really in a position to really worry about the amount of muscle I'm losing. Honestly, more recently here, I've been thinking I really just need to just do a whole bunch of cardio, really, and eat better. I don't know about eat better, but yeah, like eat less, lose some weight. If I get down to like 215, it'd be sick. Just sick. Zod on the way today. I don't know about that. Highly unlikely, considering I'm not even taking out any monsters, but... All of a sudden, like, almost nothing is popping out of the chest. Oh, I should change it to P8. Since that's guaranteed to do nothing, but magically it will somehow. Guaranteed. G-Stacks, not for you, buddy. Not for you. This is probably my favorite track on the whole list. What we got here? Oh, I only got a half hour more. Yeah, so I did work on a video. I didn't fully release it yet. It'll be out later today probably, but gotta go pick my kiddo up in about a half hour. Mickey Works, I think. MKY Works. Glad the video helped you out. Yeah, I knew that Durla one. I'd seen a lot of people like, oh my gosh, this is such a disaster. Like, you can't farm these things up. It's impossible. I was like, oh, I bet you new people coming back to the game probably don't know this little trick. Great video idea, Phil. Yeah. Demon Necromancer. I wasn't on P8, right? True story. Arthmas says you'd be getting nice stuff off the random mobs and stuff at LK. Okay. Yeah, I did get... one time I was running LK not that long ago. Oh, it's because I was trying to do the every rune word and I ran LK to get some runes. But, yeah, my mercenary, for some reason, I just stopped and took out a champion pack for no particular reason. And they dropped a Raven lore. Pretty crazy. Chummy, you like the music. Cool, cool, cool. Haven't heard of that band you mentioned, but cool, cool, cool. Don't know. Well, I did, I guess, but I seen it. I'll go back and get it. Don't want you guys to get too mad. Daryl dropped 5 scrolls at once. Yeah, that's pretty standard, actually. That happens a lot. True story. Appreciate you, Chumley. I guess the one's supposed to be an L, isn't it? Chumley, appreciate you. Gull from Hephasto. Ooh. Pretty legendary. I think I got a Lem from him the other, like, not long ago. I think I was running the Terror Zone or something. That's why I took him out. Because usually, why would you, right? So. Narcified says good luck. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. British group, that'd probably be mostly why. Yeah. Probably not my American rotation. Short Robusto. Sounds like you didn't know that you could get so many skillers from LK. Said you got 4 of them in 2 sessions. Congrats on that. Probably must have been some good ones too. Not like curses for the Necromancer and stuff. I need a high rune ASAP. ASAP. Stream music from? So on YouTube there, at the very bottom of the description, there's a link to the guy's YouTube page if you want to check him out. The songs don't have real names. They're all like heavy metal song in B minor and stuff like that. That's what they're like called. Or exclamation music if you're too lazy to scroll to the bottom of the description there on YouTube. There's a couple other people, but I just kind of stick with this guy because if I use some of the other ones, I might switch it up here kind of in the near future actually, but if I use somebody else's, then you have to link to their like stuff, and if you don't, they'll come, you know, they'll get an ID claim, and then they look to see if you link to them, and if you didn't, they'll copyright claim you. So I have to keep changing my description if I change the person I get my music from, like every stream and stuff. Just another little thing I have to do. I might kind of switch it up here in a little bit though. Part of it too is I know this guy's music. If I take clips of his music for my YouTube videos after I stream it, I'm not going to get copyright hit. And I've had a lot of other people that like, you know, you can stream it and then you'll put it in the video, and then you got to remember to then like, you know, credit them in the video too. But some people will only allow you to listen to their stuff and credit it while you're streaming. But for a video, they won't let people make YouTube videos of it, so I get copyright claim for that. So the copyright claim system is kind of the issue, but light plate could do it. Could do it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll go light plate this time around, huh? Something crazy. Socketed my death the other day. So death is a rune word. You socketed. You must mean you made it, huh? Like you had the death rune word. Oh, you socketed the base probably and then made the rune word is what you're getting at. Woo! Boy, those Doom apes almost socketed me. If you get what I'm saying. Shape shifting, offensive auras. Well, you got something. What's left on the Grail? Boy, I have almost nothing, by the way. Just kind of started there, Hell Incorporated. I just restarted my Grail like not that long ago, and I've just been running LK to start off here. I could just go do Anjarl or something and knock like 50% of the Grail off in like 20 minutes, but I want to get Enigma so I can play all the different characters. Makes it a lot more enjoyable to do the Grail if you can play a bunch of different characters. I mean, you can play the other ones, but you know, make them more efficient like Sorceress to teleport. Oh yeah, one thing about the Sorceress and teleport too. Make sure you guys listen up because you probably don't know this. The reason the Sorceress with teleport is so good is the Sorceress always hits the like button on YouTube. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that's what mainly is the reason why it's so good. Oh, it takes 30 minutes now with the Andy nerf? Gotcha. That makes sense. So yeah, YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, Chumley, it's kind of, I don't really take too many chances anymore because I've, you know, whatever this company or whatever you're saying, but I know a couple other places I can get music from or whatever, so. Arsify said it worked when he hit the like button. Nice! Congratulations. Congrats. Like 1 quick second. Ah. I knew it would. Hitting the like button helps everything. I don't want those battle gauntlets in case there's some 220s. PD2, yeah, I completely switched my channel to only PD2 for several seasons, and then the game got worse and worse and worse, and I really don't like it at all anymore. It constantly got worse, so. I know you're going to be super mad I said that, but, you know, you kind of asked me about it, so I answered. Gotcha, Chumley. Gotcha, gotcha. Man, oh man. Telekinesis helps with picking up them drops too. Definitely for popping the chest. Most of the stuff you can't really pick up with the telekinesis, but you can definitely grab the waypoint from distance and save you some time and pop that stuff without moving. Man, I need some more runes to pop off here. What character are you gonna make when you get Enigma? Yeah, I don't know. You can kind of throw it on every character. Like Enigma is crazy powerful, but it's one of those things where, yeah, it's crazy, insanely powerful. Some would say busted, but like it's so difficult to find and to get the runes. It takes so much time, and you just have to grind LK or like Trav or and so much dedication and time and hard work to get it that at that point, I mean, if you got to bust your butt to be able to make something that's crazy powerful, I'm kind of fine with it. Zolatar. Got the Bale Warlock book, huh? Nice. Not sure exactly what's on that one. I know there's several of them, right? So, what build are you running right now? Teleport Sorceress. Energy Shield Teleport Sorceress. Quite literally. If that comment was directed towards me, that's what I'm running. Fine. Would you be in favor of mobility skills on every character? No. No. I'm a big fan of, like, Diablo 2 is one of the best games ever made. It has been, like... Ooh. Hold that thought about changing everything. A little shape-shifting, huh? It's a skiller. Maybe not the best skiller in the world, but another skiller out here from... Okay. $1,950 runs, one burst short of Enigma. Sean, that's not really too bad of luck right there. That's actually kind of, I would say, right spot on for what it should be, to be honest. The last time that I ran LK, and I just kept running LK forever until I got Enigma, I came in with a Sur rune that I found when I was farming, actually in the Mausoleum, crazy enough. Just like a meme place to run. So I came in with a Sur rune. It took me 2,650 runs to make Enigma from Lower Kuras by cubing together the Vexes and the Ohms and everything that I found, so. Just an FYI. Whew. I was in too much of a hurry. Looked right at it and kept going. So yeah, for the mobility skill for every character. So Diablo 2 got like no changes from like 2010 until like 2020, right? And then they made D2R and they kind of changed a little bit of stuff, but mainly fixed bugs and things like that in D2R at the beginning too as well. D2 and D2R have always been great. So I don't see why we have to take like one of the greatest games ever made and then change how it works, you know what I mean? I think that every character having something about it that you can't really get on other characters is what makes the game great. If you want to be able to teleport, you better play the Sorceress. If you want to be able to use Find Item, better play the Barb. If you want to, you know, if you want the crazy survivability, you know, with a bunch of all res like that you get from the certain shields, you better be the Paladin. You know, like, that's what I think. How's the rune count by now? So Doom, I actually haven't gotten much of anything today. I've gotten like nothing in rune wise today. I haven't done a crazy, I mean, I've gotten, I think a hell runes are the highest I've gotten so far. I've gotten like 3 or 4 hell runes and that's like the best. I haven't even gotten a fall rune or I should go check my loot filter just to make sure something didn't change, huh? Yeah, this is single player offline, by the way. If you want a generally weak character, you got to play the Druid. The Druid's not even that weak. The NATO Druid is like, it is a bit clunky with the, so you could say that because of the clunkiness of the tornadoes, it's weak. But it really is not that weak, to be honest. I did just do a Tornado Druid like a couple seasons ago too, so. Did I hear something down here that I want to grab? No, I guess not. I think the weakness of the Druid is over-exaggerated. Give me a little bit of life. Most D2 players are pushing their late 30s, and we have been here since day one because the game's so great. Yeah, that's kind of what I try to tell people. That's one of the best things, like when you pick up the game and not a whole lot has changed. Like you can pick up the game 10 years later and you can still pick up right where you left off, and you know, you can pick up a season and you're not going to be, oh man, I have to spend 40 hours to learn this super elaborate spreadsheet to figure out how the new skill system works, and there's all these new items I have to take time to learn about. D2's always been like, hop back on. Oh, hey, you know what? I just decided to do another season. Let's go. Enigma should be removed. I mean, something that it takes you like dozens and dozens and dozens of hours. If you can take advantage of something on single player, even with that, it takes dozens and dozens of hours to farm up to get the godly end game gear. Like, I don't know. I've been kind of like, I used to think kind of more like what you're saying, that you think Enigma's busted, needs to be removed. I honestly don't. Because why shouldn't a character be crazy powerful after you spend dozens and dozens of hours finding like a dozen or more high runes to get all of the best gear, Call to Arms, Enigma, Arachnid's Mesh, full skillers, and anti-torch? Like, why wouldn't you be super powerful at that point? You know what I mean? So I guess kind of like more recently, I've kind of fallen into the camp of, I think it's fine if you're like kind of OP after you've been playing the game for a year straight on single player. You know what I mean? Just in my opinion. Fire Sword Blaze? Boy, I don't think I have any opinion on the Blaze Fire Sword. Just interesting. I've messed around with it a few times, but nothing crazy, I guess. But one of the Chaos Seals stopped functioning. If I had to guess, it's probably the one up by, what's his name? Sometimes it does get like locked. Like if you teleport in, it won't work. You just have to teleport back. Like, I can't tell you exactly how far, but teleport back to the middle where the circle is in the middle where Diablo spawns, and then go back and hit it, and then it usually works. I'd have to guess it was that one, because that happens all the time, actually. I don't think you necessarily have to go that far, but like halfway to the middle, I guess is what I'd tell you. Phil goated Mosaic Sin. Yeah, Mosaic is the problem when you have something that's broken, busted, too powerful. When it just takes a few mid runes that you can get from like a Hellforge. You know, you get one from a Hellforge, you trade for one that someone got from a Hellforge, boom! I can wreck Ubers on Players 8 difficulty. You know, that's too much. Or, hey, I'm a Warlock. I made a insight in a polearm in Act 1 of Nightmare. Now I can wreck everything in the game. Easy peasy. Most powerful thing in the game. But yeah, if you have rune words that take multiple high runes, yeah, okay. Yeah, Doom over here kind of mentioned the same thing. Infinity, cool. Takes 2 burr runes. That's super hard to get. But, Fine Demon? Yeah, get conviction on a playthrough? Oof. Look at something real quick. For some reason, I dropped a couple frames here and there. I dropped like 300 frames over the last like 5 minutes. Which is weird. Echo, I think maybe? It says Enigma's not too powerful because if you're farming normally, all the rest of your gear will be best in slot by the time you find Jaw and Burr. Unless you get super crazy lucky, but yeah. The amount of time it would take to find. Yeah, I don't mind if you have like all the best gear in the game if you wreck everything, you know? I don't know. Anyways, Race, what's going on? Wish you could farm with any character like you can with Sork, Warlock, Pally? You can. I just said two seasons ago I was a druid. I actually, let's see, the first day of ladder I actually found a burr rune the first day of ladder with that wind druid. I was farming Terra Zones like 5 hours after ladder reset. We had already finished the game, and I was out farming Terror Zones and got a burr rune. What else did I find that season? Was that another season I got another Griffins? I was farming in the pits. Yeah, you can farm all kinds of stuff. It's better with Enigma, a show, but like, yeah. A lot of people mad they can't gamble the Gull Dagger no more. It's weird. I've never used a Gull Dagger in my entire life, so never. Fishaholic says Warlock. Let me go shop Charcy and then wreck Ubers. Yeah. True. This is true. Have I ever found Death's Web? Yeah, of course, yeah. My lifetime? I don't know. I probably found 15 or 20 of them, probably. I found an ethereal death web before. I found, you know, double digit easy of the regular ones. Oh, some runes popping out. None of the high ones, though, huh? Accidentally dropped your torch? Don't do that. Zalatar, when you said turn on your loot filter, you could see it, or you turned off your loot filter and then you could see it? Throwaway. It depends what build you're playing, but usually you want to have, well, you can get amp. So cursed. You can get cursed. You don't really have to choose if you want to. If you want those two things, you can get both. Because fanaticism is the aura, and the amp damage from the demon is cursed. So you can have both. You can't have like fanaticism and conviction, but generally for the cursed to get amp damage, most people want to have like cold aura or fire aura. It depends which one everyone wants there, but I prefer cold aura with cursed, because the cursed one is what gives amp damage out. Optimal level to gamble circlets? I don't even know that one. Don't even know it. Let's go to this guy. Or all res. We'll hang out to that one. Ooh. Wish that fire res was a little higher. Be a pretty nasty one for making up the Angel's Visage. A little max damage with the fire. Ah, well. Couple ones not perfect, but good. I mean, an all res helped me out early on, and that a option for Angel's Visage fill in. So throw this over here. Wait, that one's supposed to go there. That looks like one that's supposed to go on the junk jewel page. Okay, so there's another one that's an option. I mean, might as well just do a Ral rune, I guess, huh? Get some 8 decks on your Merc. You'll land more shots that way. Throw a Might Aura, get the Might Aura for your Merc. Yeah, you definitely... That's generally what I think most people do with their Echoing Strike, right? Light Mercenary, first a Fasto with like a Cold Aura or a Fire Aura. I think I have heard people shout out Fanaticism before too, huh? Oof. Of course, a small charm I want to grab in there, and I'm like dead. DED dead. My god. I'm gonna spend 9 minutes to get this small charm. The small charm isn't the goat. I'm about to be mad. Fortitude or in safe? In safe. I'm not sure. The weapon on Echoing Strike like matters very little, by the way. If that's what you're asking, which weapon I would say to choose. In 95% of circumstances on Echoing Strike, if you were using an insight or the best possible weapon, you couldn't tell the difference. Like generic insight or the best possible weapon. 95% of circumstances. Because like if you one-shot something, whether you hit it with 100,000 damage and the monster has 10,000 life, if you hit it with 100,000 damage or 20,000 damage, it's not going to matter much, you know? It's still over the max. $327. Okay, this is gonna have to be the final run for Sweet Phil here. Appreciate y'all joining me here on a wonderful, 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 wonderful Tuesday. I'll probably be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a video out after I die here. We're gonna do one more run, guy. You can't leave on a death. You can't leave on a death. It is factual. You cannot leave on a death. So here we go. Giga Chad. So isn't it the new Hammerden? No, well, I'm not sure what you're asking there necessarily. Hammerden is not even close to as powerful as a Warlock, Echoing Strike, with like the same level of gear. Hammerden before Enigma is rough to play. Of course, you don't need Enigma much for Echoing Strike. Makes it a little better, but don't even really need it. All right, one of these has to be great because it's the final run. Appreciate you. Says love the stream. Don't know that language, so I can't read it literally at all, but. Appreciate you. 7. No good. All right, I gotta hop out, go get my kiddo from school. So, appreciate y'all joining me. Hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. And of course, keep slaying. Boo, yeah.